Every year, millions of people around the world celebrate the New Year on January 1st. It feels natural, expected, almost unquestionable. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8. People hold their breath. Glasses are raised. Fireworks split the night sky. And when the clock strikes midnight, the words come out almost automatically. Happy New Year. But pause for just a moment. Have you ever asked yourself, why? Why this date? Why this tradition? Why January 1st? Is January 1st really the beginning of the year according to Scripture? Or is it simply a tradition passed down through history, unchallenged, unexplored, and rarely questioned? Most people have never investigated why they observe New Year's Day, yet the Bible consistently encourages us to examine what we believe, not just follow what feels familiar. So today, we're asking a simple question with a surprising answer. New Year's Day, how new is it really? The afternoon before New Year's Eve is usually calm, almost too calm. Streets feel quieter, hospitals brace themselves, police departments prepare for a long night. Then the sun sets, and suddenly everything changes. Emergency rooms begin to fill. A medical doctor in Brazil once described it this way. Around 11 o'clock at night, the calm breaks, and patients begin arriving steadily. Stab wounds, gunshot injuries, teenagers hurt in automobile accidents, battered wives. Different stories, different people, but almost every time there's one common factor: alcohol. That's why one Brazilian journal bluntly referred to January 1st as International Hangover Day. A European news agency described New Year's as one more round in the eternal battle between man and alcohol. Those are strong words, but they didn't come from the Bible. They came from observation. Now, to be fair, not everyone celebrates New Year's this way. Many people have warm memories. As children, some could hardly wait for New Year's Eve. Games filled the house, food covered the table, music played late into the night. At midnight, people hugged, they kissed, they wished one another happiness and prosperity for the year ahead. For many, New Year's feels harmless, but here's the question Christians are encouraged to ask, gently, honestly, and thoughtfully. Where did this celebration come from, and what does it actually mean? New Year's celebrations didn't begin with fireworks or countdown clocks. They are ancient, very ancient. Historical inscriptions show that New Year festivals were held in Babylon as early as the 3rd millennium BCE. Back then, the New Year wasn't just a social event, it was sacred. The Babylonians believed that during the New Year, their god Marduk decided the destiny of the nation for the coming year. Let that sink in. The future, success, failure, prosperity, disaster, was believed to be fixed at the turn of the year. That belief shaped everything. The Babylonian New Year celebration lasted 11 days. 11 days of religious ceremonies that included sacrifices, solemn processions, and fertility rites. This wasn't casual entertainment, it was worship. In other words, New Year's was deeply religious, just not biblical. For a long time, even Rome did not begin the year in January. Originally, the Roman year began in March. That made sense. Spring symbolized renewal. Life returned to the land. Seeds were planted. Growth began again. But in 46 BCE, everything changed. Emperor Julius Caesar reformed the calendar. From that point forward, the Roman year would begin on January 1st. Why that date? Because January was dedicated to Janus, the Roman god of beginnings. Janus was unlike other gods. He was always portrayed with two faces, one looking backward into the past, one looking forward into the future. He was the god of transitions, of doorways, of endings and beginnings, of time itself. To the Romans, January 1st was the perfect moment to honor him. So the date became sacred, and with it came celebration. Ancient writers describe January 1st as a day marked by excess, superstition, and disorder. The calendar changed, the gods changed, but the spirit of the celebration stayed the same. And here's something worth noticing. Superstition never really disappeared. It simply changed shape. Even today, superstition quietly shapes New Year's traditions across the world. In parts of South America, people welcome the New Year standing on their right foot, believing it brings good luck. In many places, people blast horns or set off fireworks, not just to celebrate, but to drive away bad spirits. In parts of Europe, people eat specific foods or place money or fish scales under tablecloths, hoping to attract prosperity. Different countries, different customs, same idea. The belief that the turning of the year determines destiny. That belief traces all the way back to Babylon. Now, let's be clear. The Bible is not against joy. It encourages it. It is not against food and drink. It acknowledges that they often accompany rejoicing. Scripture even tells worshipers of the true God to rejoice and enjoy life. But the Bible does warn against something very specific: revelry, drunkenness, loss of self-control. And those are exactly the behaviors New Year's celebrations are often associated with. That's why Scripture urges Christians to walk decently, not in drunken bouts or wild parties, not because Christians hate fun, but because God values clean worship. This is where origins begin to matter. New Year's celebrations are rooted in pagan religion, and Scripture repeatedly warns God's people not to adopt practices connected to false worship, even when they seem harmless or culturally acceptable. The Apostle Paul asked a piercing question: what sharing does light have with darkness? Then he gave direct instruction: quit touching the unclean thing. That doesn't mean avoiding people. It means rejecting practices that blur the line between truth and false worship. But it's just fun, some say. That's what Joe thought. Joe wasn't religious. To him, New Year's Eve meant noisemakers, laughter, kissing pretty girls at midnight, and drinking, just enough to enjoy himself. At least that was the plan. What Joe didn't realize was that almost everything on his agenda descended from ancient religious rituals. Noisemakers, originally used to chase away demons. Heavy drinking, a reenactment of chaos before order was restored. Even kissing under mistletoe, once connected to divination, trying to predict who someone would marry. Joe didn't know that. Most people don't. In ancient Babylon, New Year's celebrations deliberately recreated chaos. People drank excessively. Sexual morality was abandoned. Social order was overturned. Why? Because before order could return, chaos had to be relived. Centuries later, Rome absorbed this same idea during the festival of Saturnalia. And today, the pattern continues. Crowds, drunkenness, loss of restraint. Same pattern, different century. But isn't it harmless today? Statistics offer a sobering answer. Every New Year's holiday, hundreds of people die in traffic accidents, many linked to alcohol. Violence increases, arrests spike. Families are changed forever in a single night. Police officers often put it plainly: when people drink, they lose control. So ask yourself, is it really harmless fun, or is it the modern echo of ancient chaos? The Bible encourages foresight. If you see danger, Proverbs says, take precautions. Why knowingly step into an environment where judgment is impaired, self-control is weakened, and moral lines blur? Especially when Scripture urges moderation and sobriety. The Apostle Peter once reminded Christians that they had already spent enough time living the way pagans live, marked by drunkenness and wild parties, and New Year's celebrations fit that description all too well. But it's just this once, some argue, only once a year. But Scripture offers a powerful illustration. Just one dead fly can ruin a container of fine oil, and just one night of foolishness can damage a good reputation with both God and people. Why take the risk? So what will you do? This New Year's Eve, many will celebrate. Some will walk away unchanged, others won't. Some will lose control, some will lose dignity, some will lose their lives. The Bible doesn't force a choice, but it does offer wisdom. Real joy doesn't come from chaos, it comes from self-control, clarity, and peace with God. That's the invitation Scripture holds out. If this made you stop and think, if it challenged how you view New Year's, stay with this channel. We're not here to condemn people. We're here to examine traditions, honestly, calmly, and biblically. What other customs should we take a closer look at next? Let me know in the comments.